What's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Max Muncy at second base and Freddie Freeman at first base. We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. Really helps out the channel. And as always, I want your fire takes down below in the comments section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. 1, do you feel comfortable with Max Muncy as your everyday second baseman? And 2, give me your Dodgers dream lineup if Freddie Freeman signed with LA. Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So last night, Max Muncy appeared on AM 570's Dodger Talk, hosted by a friend of Dodgers Nation, Dave Vassay, and he dished on a lot of different topics. But today, we're going to focus on his comments about Freddie Freeman. DV asked him about the Freddie Freeman to the Dodgers rumors, and here's what Muncy had to say.
I think it's awesome. Imagine how dangerous it would be if we get him in that lineup.
Yeah.
It makes me really excited. Yeah, maybe it's not as much first base, but that's okay because, I think I've told you several times I enjoy playing second base more. And, if we get the DH, obviously that's going to be a rotating position. We're not going to have one set DH because that's a way we can utilize it to get people off their feet and get them rest days without getting them out of the lineup. So, I don't think we'll have a set DH. That just means we'll be rotating all around the field, and that to me is when it's really fun. So, I'm excited about it.
So my first takeaway on Muncy's comments there are, 1, he's clearly on board with the Dodgers signing Freddie Freeman, and also he mentioned the DH spot. He said how the Dodgers like to utilize it to get guys off their feet, to keep guys fresh. So I think at this point we know you're going to have a rotating DH for the Dodgers this season. But he clearly wants Freddie Freeman in Los Angeles. He talked about how dangerous the Dodgers lineup would be if they signed Freddie Freeman. Well, look, let's continue to manifest this. Let's pull a LeVar Ball and speak it into existence. Let's take a look at how this Dodgers lineup could look if they added Freddie Freeman. To me, this Dodgers lineup would definitely be a World Series winning lineup. If you added starting pitching and you fortified this rotation, I think this lineup is second to none in Major League Baseball. Yeah, Mookie Betts hitting leadoff in right, Freddie Freeman in the 2-hole at first. You have Trey Turner batting third at short. Then you have Max Muncy batting cleanup at second base. Then you have Will Smith in the 5 spot at catcher. Cody Bellinger, we're hoping for a big bounce back year for Belly. We'll start him off in the 6-hole in center. Then Justin Turner, DH third base at 7. And yes, that is a drop off for Justin Turner. He's used to batting higher in the lineup. But look, I think this will fluctuate as the season moves along. We'll see who will fit into some of those higher spots. I could see Justin Turner batting higher in the lineup if he has a nice year and guys are struggling ahead of him. So I think you will see some movement up and down this lineup based on how guys are performing. But look, Justin Turner, he is older at this point, 37 years old. I think he'd be fine with the role lower in the lineup. And I think all that matters is you get hits and you contribute. And I think he'd be fine with it. You have A.J. Pollock in left in the 8 spot. And then Chris Taylor, the utility man, batting ninth. Now, I've seen some people out there, just start Chris Taylor over A.J. Pollock in left field. Well, 1, Pollock had a really nice year last year. He came through in the postseason. And Chris Taylor's premium is that utility role. You want to see him playing that utility spot because that is where his value is. So that's, to me, a dangerous lineup. You see Freddie Freeman in there. He completely fills the void left by Corey Seager. He's actually an upgrade to Corey Seager when it comes to a left-handed bat. So I'm telling you, if guys can stay healthy and you get that bounce back year from Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner stays on the field and continues to be productive, hey, that's going to be a very potent lineup that's going to absolutely wreck the league. But back to Max Muncy's interview, he was asked about his willingness to shift over to second base, and he sounded like not only was he willing, he sounded like he wants to play second base.
Yeah, I've always loved second base. Growing up, I played a lot of second, and I just feel like my actions are the best at second. I read the balls best at second. I make best plays at second, and obviously, I may not be your prototypical second baseman, but I think I would surprise you if you were to look at, some of the things that go into it. Maybe I don't look like I'm getting to a lot of balls, but I'm actually getting to more than you would think. So, it's just one of those things where I've always enjoyed second, and maybe that has something to do with it, that it's my favorite position to play. So, when you're playing your favorite position, maybe you are more incentivized to make more plays. I don't know, but it's always worked out that way.
So look, I have heard from some of you out there that have said, hey, D-Mac, I don't know about Max Muncy being an everyday second sacker for the Dodgers. Well, look, he is a guy that works. He is a maximum grinder. Just look at how much he improved as a first baseman. He's the guy that puts in the work, he puts in the time, and like he said, he sees the ball better. His actions, the way he makes his reads at second base, I think he can be a formidable second baseman. I think that keystone combination of Max Muncy and Trey Turner, when you look at offensively what they're able to do, even if they were just competent at their positions from a fielding standpoint, it would be worth it. But you have Trey Turner, who is a very good defender. He's the guy that, look, at shortstop, he can really get it done. He's one of the better defensive shortstops in all of Major League Baseball, and I trust Max Muncy's work ethic. We've seen him hold it down at second base in the past, so I truly believe that if he gets those reps permanently, that he'll make the most of it. Now, the other thing we have to talk about, too, is what does this mean for Gavin Lux? Because if you look at that lineup, you have Chris Taylor as the utility man, and then will they use Gavin Lux as that utility man? I definitely think it's possible, but if they do sign Freddie Freeman, he's not going to get that runway there at second base. Now, could you have Gavin Lux at second and maybe have Max Muncy at third base? That's a possibility, but the more likely scenario is that Max Muncy will be the starting second baseman if they do sign Freddie Freeman. So I think that at the end of the day, if they do make that move for Freddie Freeman, that means the Dodgers are truly pushing all their chips in the middle of the table, that they are all in on going after another World Series championship. And if they do that, you know they realize they have to fortify the starting rotation. So I think if they sign Freeman, that will also signal that they're going to have to add another frontline starter. And I think that they will be dangling Gavin Lux in trade talks, because there's no way that they're going to sign Freddie Freeman and think they could win a World Series with just a great lineup, with just a potent offensive team. They're going to need starting pitching. And yes, they have nice pieces right now with Walker Buehler and Julio Urias, but the big question mark is what happens with Trevor Bauer. One, does he get suspended? And two, after his suspension, did the Dodgers look to bring him back? You have some people out there that say they don't believe that he will pitch with the Dodgers. Ken Rosenthal said a few days ago to Dave Vassay that he doesn't think he'll be back in LA. So we'll find out about that. To me, I'm going to wait for all the dust to settle with that until we really try to forecast Bauer's future with the Dodgers. We're going to need, one, the lockout to end, and two, the suspension to be levied if there is going to be one. So I think it's still a little premature to have an opinion on Bauer as far as his future with the Dodgers, but there are some insiders that doubt that he will be back in LA, but let's wait and see. But either way, I do think they're going to want to add another frontline starter. Maybe Gavin Lux is a piece they try to move. But hey, the big takeaway, Max Muncy is down with second base, and two, he's excited about the idea of having Freddie Freeman on the Dodgers. So got to keep that momentum up. Like I said, guys, we're not sure if it's going to happen, or we're not guaranteeing that's going to happen or anything like that. But hey, I think we can accept at this point that Freddie Freeman to the Dodgers is a lot more than just a pipe dream, and that it is a realistic possibility. But let me know down below in the comment section, how do you feel about Max Muncy at second base? Do you feel confident that he can be a competent everyday second baseman? And also, give me your dream Dodgers lineup for the 2022 season. Drop those down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. For all the latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la, download the new Dodgers Nation app. Have a great weekend, and until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.